The Georgia Bulldogs are in the driver's seat to win the SEC East after their big win over Florida this weekend. Did you watch that game?
I did not, actually.
It was a very interesting game.
I slept all weekend. I was getting over the flu, so
all right,
didn't get to watch it. But they have to get past two teams from the SEC West before they head to Atlanta for the conference championship game. Here's Bill with tonight's BS report.
Well, the Georgia Bulldogs won on Saturday with an outstanding performance, at least defensively, for the team over the Florida Gators. It was a very needed win because Georgia has just needed a big win against a very good team, and Florida is a very good team. They were undefeated coming in. Now Georgia has to turn around and play Ole Miss. And what kind of team will we see this Saturday in Athens? Now, considering what we saw last week, you would expect to see an energized team ready to go, ready to beat another team on the way to Atlanta, because all they have to do is beat Ole Miss and Auburn, and they're going back to the SEC championship game. But we've had a history of Georgia not doing well the week after their wins over Florida, and of course they've come few and far between. So will Georgia do what it did back in 1997 when they had a big win over the Gators, came back the next week and kind of wet the bed against the Auburn Tigers? Well, Auburn was a much better team that year than Ole Miss is this year, but you've got to respect what Hugh Freeze has done as the head coach at Ole Miss. That program was circling the drain last year, and now he's got them respectable with 5 wins and 2 conference wins over Auburn and Arkansas. So this Ole Miss team has nothing to lose. They know they're going to be the underdogs in this game. They're going to come in wanting to try to upset Georgia for this game. And Georgia has to play better on offense. Aaron Murray was atrocious last week. For as good as the defense played, Aaron Murray was just that bad. He had 3 interceptions. He could have had a couple more, and he just never seemed to get on target, and he had a deer in the headlines look, which is what a lot of the fans have been concerned about the last couple of seasons, as Murray has not won big games. And yes, this week is Ole Miss, but they better have it in their minds that this is a huge game, because if they lose this game on Saturday, that Georgia-Florida game and that Georgia-Florida win means nothing for the Bulldogs. So they've got to win this game, and I expect them to. I think they will win this game, whether it's Sean Williams coming out in the press and saying the defense had to get fired up and not play soft or whatever. They got back on track in Jacksonville, and you have to give him credit for that. You have to give Mark Richt credit for that. But now they have 2 more hurdles to pass, and that is Ole Miss and then Auburn. They'll kill Auburn, but Ole Miss is going to be a test, and the Bulldogs have got to play just as clean and crisp and good of a football game as they did last week. And if they do that, they'll be on their way to the SEC championship in a couple of weeks in Atlanta.
Recovering from a bad season at the beginning, but
it's a good way to end it, though.
Bulldogs.